views expressed by Dr. Joel Wallach and others on the following live paid program represent opinions of the participants only and do not necessarily represent those of the ZBS Radio Network's staff, management, advertisers, or affiliates. If something is said which you find offensive or with which you disagree, the ZBS Radio Network urges you to call the program in order to help us balance comment. This program is meant to present nutritional information only and is in no way meant to replace the advice of your medical doctor.
And now, the superstar of alternative health and purveyor of medical truth, Dr. Joel Wallach.
And sitting in for Dr. Joel Wallach today, we do have Dr. Peter Glidden. Welcome to the show, Dr. Glidden.
Hey, Doug. Always a pleasure to be here. Hello, everybody. My name is Dr. Peter Glidden. I am a colleague and friend of Dr. Joel Wallach. Like Dr. Wallach, I'm a licensed naturopathic physician. Thank God I'm a naturopathic physician. I don't know how I could get out of bed in the morning if the initials after my name were MD, unless I was a military field surgeon or worked in the emergency room. I have 23 years of clinical experience helping people to recover their health using safe, science-based, clinically verified, non-drug treatments. Now, most people don't understand this, but naturopathic physicians, the training of a naturopathic physician is more encompassing than the training of a medical doctor. I can diagnose circles around most medical doctors. Most naturopathic physicians can do the same. And quite frankly, as I've been doing clinical work for the last 2 decades, 23 years now, coming up on 24 in May, the majority of the work that I've done is cleaning up the messes, plural, caused by misdiagnosis and mismanagement of people with drugs and surgery. Now, there's nothing inherently wrong with drugs and surgery, right? Drugs are like a gun. There's nothing inherently wrong with a gun. It's how it's used. A gun is just a thing. A prescription medicine is just a thing. But I want people to think about this and let this thought meme really sink in. Of the thousands of prescription medicines that there are, thousands, and there are thousands, the only classification of prescriptions that cure anything are antibiotics. That's it. Medical doctor can clear up a staph infection, unless it's a drug-resistant microorganism, right? Or they can clear up pneumonia, they can clear up bronchitis, they can clear up infections, they can set broken bones, they can stitch arteries together, they can fix compound fractures, they can do things for trauma, and they can actually fix those things, and they can fix nasty infections, parasitic infections with antibiotics. But for most of the conditions that most people go to the doctor for most of the time, the medical doctor's training and the therapeutics that the medical doctor brings to bear on treating are incapable of healing anything. They are incapable of healing anything. So what happens? Nothing gets healed. Your symptoms become managed. Medical doctors don't even know what causes heartburn, let alone how to cure it. They can't even cure heartburn, for goodness sake. And we line up like lemmings, following each other over the cliff, pay monthly insurance premiums every month to gain access to a system of medicine that, unless we're suffering from trauma, is incapable of helping us. Medical doctors, bless their hearts, do not practice health care. They practice disease management. Every time I drive down the road and I see a sign on a hospital, health care, I want to throw paint on it. I want to climb up in the middle of the night and write graffiti on it, because it's not health care. It's misrepresentation. They should put on the hospital sign disease management, trauma care. I'm in big favor of trauma centers. I think, quite frankly, if we replaced hospitals with trauma centers, we'd be much better off. And if everybody in this country used naturopathic therapeutics, and if everybody in this country used longevity protocols and health products, we wouldn't have a health care crisis in this country. Because Dr. Wallach's research, $25 million of federally funded research, thousands of autopsies, millions of blood chemistries and histopathologies showed beyond a shadow of a doubt that the genesis of most chronic disease is caused by, the genesis is nutrient deficiencies. Nutrient deficiencies, that's it. If everybody in this country was a Longevity member, was aware of the Longevity company, used Longevity products to secure, maintain, and recover their health, we would have no health care crisis in this country. Yes, we have insurance fraud. Yes, we have skyrocketing health care costs. Yes, medicine has been privatized, and that's not a good thing. You know, there are a number of things that are wrong with the system, but the biggest thing that's wrong with the system, the thing that nobody else is talking about, Dr. Wallach and myself are the only licensed physicians I've ever heard anywhere talking about this. This is the 3 million pound gorilla in the middle of the room that nobody wants to say anything about it. MD-directed prescription medical treatments for chronic disease don't work. They don't work. The reason we have a health care problem in the United States is because the medicine that your MD brings to bear on your chronic health condition is incapable of helping you to fix it and recover from it. It's only capable of helping you to manage the symptom, and that's exactly what it does. So if your high blood pressure is caused by a calcium deficiency, but your medical doctor does not know that because your medical doctor has no training in clinical nutrition at all, no experience with clinical nutrition at all. He's completely unaware of it. So being unaware of it, he gives you hydrochlorothiazide or synthetic medicine designed to regulate artificially your blood pressure. Does that take care of the calcium deficiency? No. You still have the calcium deficiency that was driving the high blood pressure. So a couple of years go by, something else breaks, you get another calcium deficiency disease, you get another prescription medicine, a couple of years go by, something else breaks, you get another prescription medicine, and then you die. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not health care, it's disease management. You want to find out how to practice health care? Stay tuned. Dr. Glidden sitting in for Dr. Joel Wallach, talking to you after the break.
And if you'd like to talk to Dr. Glidden today, we do have some open lines. Call us on the priority line at 831-685-1080. That's 831-685-1080. Lines open. Good liver health is vital to your overall health. Did you know the liver is the largest gland in the body? Generating digestive enzymes, converting fat into fuel, controlling metabolism, regulating cholesterol in the blood, and neutralizing toxins and waste products. Decreased liver function can lead to debilitating diseases. Hepal, a proprietary blend exclusive to Prohoba International, can help support healthy liver function. Hepal is a blend of natural organic pollen extracts, including essential enzymes, botanical glutathione, which is considered to be one of the most powerful antioxidants for detoxifying free radicals and exogenous compounds, superoxide dismutase, and aloe vera, formulated to cleanse and support healthy liver function. If you'd like to have healthy liver function, call your local Longevity distributor today, and don't forget to ask about home-based business opportunities. And we are back on Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network, and filling in for Dr. Wallach today, we do have Dr. Peter Glidden. Welcome back to the show, Dr. Glidden.
Doug, thanks so much. Always a pleasure to be here. You know that. I love sitting in for Dr. Wallach, who, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, is an unheralded legend in the wonderful world of holistic medicine. You know, I've known a lot of physicians in my time. I know most of the holistically oriented MDs. I know a majority of licensed naturopathic physicians. I know these guys. I went to school with half of them. And Dr. Wallach is in an entirely different class of physicians. Quite frankly, Dr. Wallach, in my opinion, has forgotten more than most doctors know. If Dr. Wallach says jump, it's my recommendation you say how high. He's a legend in his own time, and we are so blessed to have his guidance and his leadership. I'm very, very happy to be a member of Longevity, and I've learned more in the last 2 years working with Dr. Wallach than I have in the previous 23 combined. But having said that, what do you think we should talk about today, Doug? What are you pulling off the wire?
Well, I've got a Fox News story here headlined, 7 Causes of Acid Reflux. And they say it's not always what you eat. And we do know, if anyone's ever listened to this show before, that the prescriptions that your mainstream medical doctor is going to give you if you have acid reflux go exactly in the opposite direction. And also we know that many of the disease states, if not all of them, are often linked to digestive issues. So now I'm going to go through these 7 different ones. And the first one is sphincter has low pressure. What they're talking about here is the sphincter at the top of the esophagus. It allows the stomach acid to pass into the esophagus, causing the heartburn. And also pregnancy. They say elevated progestin hormones can also cause this same problem. Then they have the hiatal hernia, and they say at least 40% of Americans have that. I was actually diagnosed with that once several years ago and suffered with the pills and the various things over the years, and then heard about Dr. Wallach, started taking some minerals, started salting my food to taste, and that's been about 10, 12 years ago, and I don't have acid reflux any longer. I do not have to have any surgery either, so there you go. Another misdiagnosis averted. And the fourth one is gastroparesis. And they say this time is when the stomach takes too long to empty its contents. Of course, obesity is involved because it increases pressure on the stomach area. Bisphosphonates, another physician-caused problem because these are drugs that are prescribed for osteoporosis, and it causes acid reflux in the users. So that one's caused by the doctors, and they say lifestyle, and that's people eating foods that don't agree with them. They're talking about things like chocolate and alcohol and caffeine. And as we know that generally if you have problem foods like that, most likely the problem is your stomach acid is not strong enough and you're not digesting those foods properly, hence why you're getting the acid reflux. And, of course, your doctor will want to give you a proton pump inhibitor to cause you to not have any stomach acid at all, and then you'll be on the Mylanta for the rest of your life.
Yeah, it's insane, really, but I think they left out the most egregious cause of heartburn, and that's medical doctor stupidity.
Yeah, I would have a tendency to agree there. It's just insane, you know. And there's a lot of people that suffer with acid reflux. In another story I had, they actually say that 15 million Americans suffer from acid reflux, and you know that's got to just be the people that they know about. And of course, they probably don't know about everybody. Not everyone is one of these hypochondriacs that runs to their doctor for every little thing, and they just think that. And you know, there was this rest of this other article was that. You know, I actually know people like this. They you know, may go through a whole package of Tums every single day. They just eat them like they're candy. And there is such a thing as hypercalcemia, which most of those have calcium in them. And that's when you get an overabundance of calcium, and it can cause all kinds of side effects. And there's no need for that. There's just no need at all. I mean, what I do when I do maybe occasionally get a little acid reflux or maybe just a little indigestion because of something I ate, or maybe I ate too quickly or did some physical exercise too quickly after eating. The ultimate enzymes, and guess what? It goes right away just about as fast as if you'd taken one of these antacids.
Yeah, it's really a testament to the kind of unbridled stupidity that exists inside of the medical culture immediately. You know, every culture has dogmas that they hold on to, and Max Planck, a very famous physicist, said that, you know, science progresses one funeral at a time, and so it is. This is a perfect example of medical doctor stupidity. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking about naturopathic wisdom when we come back, so don't even think about touching that dial. Back away from the dial. Give us a phone call. We'll be taking your calls after the break.
You're listening to Dead Doctors Don't Lie on the ZBS Radio Network with our host today, Dr. Peter Glidden, filling in for Dr. Wallach.